Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today we are back on Fish Feed and Grow, or Feed and Grow Fish. As I always say, I have no idea how to say this game's name. We have a new update. Ooh, there's a launcher on it now, so you can launch that and it allows you to select mods, which is a good move, leaning into that because a lot of people use them. But we also have a new fish, a Styxosaurus. No special abilities. Got quite a lot of health, decent amount of damage, so I imagine he's quite a big chunker when he comes out. 85 coins, but I've got plenty. So Styxosaurus is an interesting selection. It's obviously a plesiosaur, but it's an Elasmosauridae, which usually there's ones with longer necks than this, but they have these long necks, so they can sweep their heads through like swarms of fish, schools I should say, or amongst rocks and stuff like that. And obviously the fish is like, oh, it's just this little thing here, when it's actually this big bastard. So kind of cunning. It'd be interesting to see how it plays into the game, because obviously with the neck that far forward, judging bite distance is going to be more tricky than usual. But after the disappointment of the stingray, hopefully this one's a bit better, and the oddity of the pug. Plus we'll talk some shit while we're doing it and stuff like that. So let's go. I am indeed ready. Apparently there are new sound effects as well, so let me turn up my headies and we'll see if we can see what those are all about. Did I just turn them down? I thought I just turned them out. There we go. So let's get... Oh, Christ, I'm right up my own arse. Okay, let's move the camera out. Okay, he's not turning his body, he's like turning his neck. Okay. I believe these are needing... Yeah, he's got bubbles, so he requires air. That's fine. I am having to play a slightly weird angle. They kind of need to sort the cameras out. I need to get somewhere I'm familiar with and not get eaten by something huge and nasty. There are things over there. Ooh, there are orcas. I'm not sure I want to be messing with an orca just yet. Plus the whales will probably be over there as well. So again, something I'm not really... I was going to go deep, but I don't want to go too deep if I need air. That would be silly. Oh, there's my other boys. Oh, there's stuff down there. What's down here? Okay. Here you get the little nautili. Nautiluses. Nom. Yeah, these are armoured, so he's not doing that much damage to them, I suppose, but... Land fish. Oh, there we go. Got one. Yeah, that didn't give me much XP. I'm gonna head upwards. It's been a little minute since I played this, so I think I generally know whereabouts to. Oh, what's that? He looks smaller than me. Can I eat him? I think it's a yeah, it's an ichthyosaur. Oh, son of a bitch! Oh, there is an effect. I'm not sure. Ooh, what is that? Oh, a whale shark. Don't mind me some whale shark. Oh, Christ, Chronosaur. Don't really want to mess with those boys. There we go. Is he dead? I think he's dead. Okay, let's get him to the surface then. Oh, my lungs. That was nicely timed. Completely back. Oh, I can't eat all of that yet. There we go. There we go. Lovely stuff. Oh, that did quite a lot from my old XP. Oh, Christ, what was that? Is that something big getting in the way, or the camera just... What the fuck are those up to? They're either trying to eat each other, or they're having some private time together. Well, hopefully, since they're so wrapped up in each other, they'll ignore me and I can go for the whale shark. Nom. So yes, in other news, I am looking at upgrading my PC again. Wait, what? What just bit me? Something's doing like 3 damage to me. I have no idea what. It seems to have stopped now, so okay. I think we live with 3 damage anyway. Oh, I think I got him. Yay me. Okay, up we go. So yeah, I'm looking at upgrading my processor. Because, you know, graphics cards, tough to find right now for any non-ridiculous price. And so I've been looking into that. I think I'm mostly settled on a 10700 KF. Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, shouldn't you explode? A few reasons for my pick there is I can save about £20 by getting the KF over the K, because I don't need the onboard graphics. And I looked at the 10900, and it will not... I would have to replace my cooling solution. So that's like an extra 100 quid there, which I don't really want to do. And it's not a huge increase in performance anyway. I mean, you get like a couple more cores and like 4 more threads. I mean, it's already an 8-core 16-thread chip, so it's plenty good. And it boosts like a little bit higher as well, I suppose. But again, it's literally a little bit higher. Oh, I'm up to level 5. Bloody hell. How'd that happen? Ooh. So I did look at the Ryzen sort of equivalents, and whilst they're very tempting and the cooling solution would be fine for them, it would mean I should probably upgrade my memory as well, because I'm running 3000. And typically you want faster than that. So I'm kind of like thinking the KF. I'm also going to stick an M.2 drive in it. Don't really want to mess with him. Which is going to be expensive. I think I'm looking at a 2 terabyte Sabrent one, and it's like 200 quid. I mean, I haven't... come here. Come here, you. I haven't upgraded to... Oh, shit. Now? Really? Well, hopefully I can kill him, and then we can both go up. There we go. So, I haven't really done it before, because I've got so many bloody drives I couldn't afford to lose SATA ports. But I think I can get out... I've got a current boot drive of about 150 gig. And a 1 terabyte mechanical in there. So, I can lose those two. Which should be fine for... I'm looking about 200 quid for the motherboard as well. So, yeah, it's an expensive one. It's going to be about £700 upgrade. So I don't really want to have extra cooling or memory to add to that, really. Excuse me. As for the channel, I've contacted a friend of mine and to see if he'd be interested in restarting the Bite Back podcasts, and he seems up for it. So watch this space. Hopefully we'll get some more content from there for you. And the guy I've spoken to he's a character. Let's put it that way. He has immense technical knowledge when it comes to IT, but common sense is really just passed him by. So there you go. Oh god, my PC is starting making a lot of noise. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's a Chronosaur. Can I get a Chronosaur, do we think? We're about to find out. I'm bigger than him. So hopefully, I mean, he's not even attacking me. He's just like, I want to get away, but I can't because I got all these teeth in me. Oh god, there goes my fucking lungs again. Because the Styxosaurus, I couldn't name it for a moment. Have I got him? I think I got him. Okay, go, go, go. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh, I've dropped him, but I need to breathe, so we'll come back. Right. So, yeah. Oh, God, he's not dead. Ah, you bastard. I'm just going to eat. Oh, his jaw's just inverted. That's a sure sign he's dead. Look at that shit. Proper King Kong nonsense. Alright, we'll keep eating him, because I'm kind of feeling a little bit vindictive after he possumed me like that. Oh, dear. Yeah, so they had, like, lots of thin, long teeth that were designed for like puncturing and holding rather than slicing like a shark's. So when they did sweep their big old noggin through a school of fish, they could just snap it up and they weren't going to get out of that jaw. And then they would be swallowed whole. Speaking of swallowing whole, hello boys! See, this is the sort of thing you should be amazing at. And yes. Yes, he is. Fair enough. He hasn't got much of pace to him, but he starts off with a lot of health. One thing I've sort of like, I don't like about this game is, for some reason, I mean, I play at 1440p. This is what I'm capturing. I encode it at 1080 though. So technically I could come down to 1080 if I wanted. But I'm a 1440p player. That's what I play on, so I'm all good. But it only allows me to take the refresh rate up to 143 when I'd rather it be at 60. Because the problem is, I've got a 2080 and it's going to put out, you know, more than 60, but it's not going to get more anywhere close to 143. That might change with the addition of the new CPU. I know it's going to get me more frames, but how much more is open for debate. But what it does do is, because I have a relatively cheap version of the 2080 Super, the cooling on it is, I don't want to say ineffective. It does run quite warm, sort of mid to upper 80s under full load for a while. So that is quite warm. There's no doubt about it. But the cooler does ramp up to keep it under control. But it's noisy as hell. So I'm kind of like, I'd rather have it at 60 frames a second and take some of the strain off the card. Just because I don't like the noise. I mean, I spent all that money on like Be Quiet stuff, seeking to have like a nice quiet machine. And the graphics card essentially ruins it. So so I'm okay at like 60 frames. I mean, I have a monitor and a system that can cope on, you know, some games up to 144. But I'd rather do a 60 and just save the earache. Oh, air. I don't usually play as fish that require air, or, you know, creatures. Probably a better way of saying that. Oh, no, what? So they come in like they want to have a go, and then they're just like, no, I've made a mistake! Stop biting me! And you just, see, he's like, I want to bite you, but I can't. You know, the short neck ones are actually, there he goes. The short neck plesiosaurs were actually one of the reasons these guys died off. I was reading earlier. I mean, I would assume because, well, they're just more adapted for predation, like for bigger things. Oh god. Which I assume. Oh god, look, wow. He's like, oh no, yeah, it's just a skin. I thought they'd actually deform the model then, but no, it's just a skin overlay. Which would include these big boys, because, you know, when you got a body this long, and this is not. What do you want? Piss off. And actually come back. Ooh, what's that over there? Oh, those two still going at it. So, like, I mean, you had some, like, plesiosaurs with much longer necks than this guy. And this guy's got a fairly long neck. But, you know, if your body's getting attacked, can they even get their head back in time, you know? You're kind of, like, so far from your body. It's a case of, like, well, I can't do a lot about that. I'm just going to kind of get eaten. Oh, God, more air. So far, I'm enjoying this far more than the Stingray. It's far more. It has far more utility, because the Stingray was just rubbish. I mean, I think what you're supposed to do with it. Oh, fine. I'm just going to chat on more Chronosaurs. It's fine. I think what you're supposed to do with it is like back into things. and that's how you use the sting, but that's not how it actually works in real life. It will like flip the stinger over. What was that? Well, I'm kind of hoping it wasn't anything too bad. Oh, good, I get the big bits. Lovely. Level 12. Well, I can't see any big fellas, so... I mean, I don't... Ah! Son of a beige! I'm trying to eat something else, but the Chronosaurs just won't leave me alone. I think my first encounter with Chronosaurs, so to speak, was in a book, which was The Trench, which was the second book in the Meg series. Because I was a huge fan of the original book. And I don't think The Trench is as good by far. It's far more concerned with like humans being assholes to each other rather than like the whole monster element of it. So it's just like full of like ex-Russian thugs for energy moguls and stuff like that. Crap. This is risky. I don't want to beach myself. Let's get out of here. And I did like the Meg movie. I will hold my hands up, even though it's vastly different from the book. And vastly. And there was a lot of stuff in the book I was really looking forward to seeing, and so I was kind of disappointed that I didn't get to see some of the scenes in the book play out on the big screen, which is, you know, I'd been following the movie since Disney had it. You know, Disney actually had the rights to that at one point. And then it went to like, I think Jan de Bont was going to do it, and Guillermo del Toro, and it ended up with, I think it's John Turteltaub in that, the guy that did National Treasures. But yeah, there were scenes in the book, like you had the Meg basically attacking and sinking the Nautilus, which is the world's first nuclear-powered sub. They sort of brought it out of mothballs because they couldn't justify sending a Los Angeles class after it, and thought the history of the Nautilus would sort of cushion them, give them a buffer from the animal rights activists that say, oh, you shouldn't kill this thing that's killing lots of people. It just rams it and starts flooding it. And there's this bit where there's a guy stuck in the engineering compartment with a breach and it's filling up with air, and he looks down, like the hole in the hull, it's just completely filled with the mouth of the Meg, and he feels himself sort of being sucked into it. Oh, that's horrifying to think about. So he dunks his head underwater and starts inhaling seawater to try and kill himself before he gets to the teeth. Ugh. That is nightmarish, but nothing like that in the movie. And the beach, there was a scene on the beach with surfers, which kind of Jurassic Park kind of did for the Fallen Kingdom, where you had like the mouth coming out of the wall of the surf. There's some pretty good like fan art sort of done with Photoshop online. You can see that scene. Well, it's not perfect because it's at daytime for a bloody start, but there you are. But yeah, I did enjoy the movie. It's not all I hoped it could be, but it's certainly not as bad as it could have been. I mean, there are a lot of bad shark movies out there. I will actually take this opportunity to say you should check out Movie Timelines guy. And he does a series called Dead Last, where they rank stuff, and I think next month he's doing a shark movie one. And I am one of his patrons, and I have voted on that one. This month he is, of course, doing Leprechaun because it's St. Patrick's Day. So if you like that sort of thing, have a look, because he's very good. And his other ones are just like, just what it says on the tin, Movie Timelines, where he tries to establish a timeline in movie franchises. I think his horror ones are by far and away his most popular. So he will like try and establish a timeline like he tried it for X-Men. That was brave. Hats off to him. So if that sounds good to you, check him out. He's a good guy. And Meg was on that as well. As I think all the Jaws movies, The Shallows, The Reef. So yeah, there were some good movies on the list, some okay movies on the list. But not like bottom of the barrel like Shark Attack 3 Megalodon. Have you ever seen that? Oh my god. Of course I've seen it because it was a Megalodon movie and I was like, there's a Megalodon movie. It's awful. Starring John Barrowman. It was, yeah, I don't have many opinions one way or the other on John Barrowman as an actor. I know some ladies that are a bit doe-eyed for him, which is ironic because obviously he likes the men, which is cool, you know. I always viewed it as like, I like gay men because that means there's more women, and that increases my chances. Oh, this is not. I like this. I like killing them out. What is that? Oh, it's a Titanic thieves. I thought it was like a big shark or something, but no. I'm coming back for you, son, once I have a bit of a gasp. Go on. Yeah. Yes, there we go. Right, back down, see if we can find him again. There he is. He appears armoured only on the front, but I think the bonus extends to his entire body. But we are level 16 now, so we're quite chunky. So I think he appears to be... oh, no, it doesn't. Look, I'm only doing 30 on the front end now. There we go. Nom. Oh, misspoke then. Proven to be a liar yet again. Normally that only happens when I remove my trousers. Nah. Ooh. A bit low. Right, well, what do you guys think about the Mass Effect Legendary Edition? I'm quite looking forward to it. I really am, because I really like the Mass Effect games. Mass Effect 2 is one of my all-time favourites. It was so good. And my friend bought me it for my birthday. He pre-ordered it for me. So it's all ready in my Steam account, ready to be installed. Oh, we don't like that. Ha! And I am like super excited about it because I haven't played the first 3 games in a little while. Probably about a year, I'd say, last time I actually tried playing one. And I've uninstalled all 3 because I don't want to play them now because, you know, what would be the point with Legendary, like, oh, was it a month and a half, 2 months away, something like that? So I'm obviously going to like sit down and just bull rush through all 3 games. And when it came out, I didn't even know it was all 3. I was like looking at it to purchase for myself, and I was like, I thought it was just the first game initially. And I was like, that's a lot of money just for the first game again. And then when... oh, okay, that was a sea anemone or something. Ouch. And then when my mate got it for me, I looked at it and I was like, oh shit, it's all 3. That makes a whole bunch more sense. And if you haven't played it, then I am envious of you. It's just a fantastic series of games. The ending of 3 is legendarily bad, but I feel the DLC did improve it significantly. To the point where I could live with it. Whereas before I was kind of like, this can't be it. There's got to be an explanation. Like, I bought into the whole... oh no! It's the Meg! Run away! Oh Christ, he's not very fast. Hopefully he's after that Titanic. Oh no! I'm going to bite him back. I'm going to put up a struggle, but he's got me. And the hammerhead's just laughing. He's like, yeah, I better run away now. Well, that is the end of the Styxosaurus. As most things end in the sea, eaten by a fucking great shark. Oh dear. Anyway, guys, I think I'll leave it for there. Styxosaurus. Like it. Just have to be a bit on your guard for the old Megalodon, I think. I would have been... I think the Elasmosaurus is like the one with the huge neck, where it's like seriously long. It's ridiculous. It's like, I think it's longer than the length of his body, and then he has a tail to counterbalance it as well. So he's this huge, long sea reptile, but with this tiny little body in the middle. So it looks like a snake that's eating a mouse, sort of thing, or maybe a rat, you know, something a little bit bigger. So he looks absolutely ridiculous, but he's like spends all his time just like lurking on the bottom and sort of going into like burrows with his head and through sort of anemones and like sneaking up on things while his body's like sat miles back. So it'd been interesting if it was that. I mean, I think the Styxosaurus has probably been selected because it doesn't have too much of an impact on gameplay. So obviously, if your body is so far back you can't even see it, then you know that could cause problems in obviously being aware of what's around you and where you're trying to get at. Also, if you're changing your body, it's going to move your head miles, isn't it? So I don't know. It would be an interesting one if they ever got it. I mean, I'm still waiting for the bloody giant squid though. I mean, we know it's in the game. You can mod it into the game using the existing assets, so we know it's in there, and that would be my jam. I would love a giant squid because calamari is delicious. And I was a huge fan of Peter Benchley's book Beast, which you know basically is a giant squid. It's Jaws with a giant squid essentially, and I think they're fucking terrifying. Because you imagine like an octopus with its like tentacles grabbing you and you're like, oh, okay, you could crush me. But no, squid have like teeth. They have like claws in their suckers. And they're like a chainsaw. They just like, they just tear you to pieces and just feed it all back into their little bony beak. And like Architeuthis ducks, which was what was in Beast. I know there's other larger squid. But that was in the book Beast, and yeah, that was like 100 feet long. Oof. Yeah, not something I'd like to see if I was swimming in the sea. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, they also did a miniseries which you can find in various places. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's on Amazon. I must try and find it. I haven't watched it in a while. But that was like, what's his name? William Peterson. There you go. Of course. And they changed a few bits, but generally speaking, it wasn't too much of a change from the book. The squid effects were actually reasonable. I mean, it was like a 2-part TV movie, so you kind of like, what can you expect? But it was pretty well done. I mean, it's still sappy. I mean, Good Bad Flicks did a really good video on it if you want to go and see what it's about. But obviously, it will spoil the hell out of it for you. But there you go. I may as well finish off my Benchley binge here before I sign off. And that's, of course, White Shark, which kind of became Creature, which was really weird. So White Shark was about a German experiment in World War II to create basically an assassin that could operate in the water and on the land. So they'd altered like a human to have gills, and he had steel teeth and claws. Yeah, steel, like stainless steel. It sounds kind of weird. And he was in a sub, and the sub was sunk, and he was trapped in there for ages. And then it was salvaged, and the container he was in was open, and he escapes into the sea and causes havoc, obviously. And I haven't read it, but I believe there's like a different version of it called Creature, because they did like a 2-part miniseries for that as well. And that the Creature is like a hybrid of man, dolphin, and shark, or something along those lines. So it's like a shark that walks on two legs, which is kind of weird, but okay. I didn't think it was as good as Beast, the book or the miniseries, but I was quite surprised by how much the miniseries changed it from Nazi experiment. I think it was the US Navy that was experimenting in the miniseries. But yeah, it's just such a unique creature to be like this gill man, but with steel claws and teeth and stuff like that. And it had been trained how to get onto land by like hanging itself in a tree by its legs and sort of like expelling all the fluid from its lungs so it could use them. But it had never finished the training to actually get back in. So at one point it goes on land and it realizes, oh Christ, I'm kind of a land creature now. So yeah, well anyway, I think that's quite enough blithering about Benchley books for me. But yeah, if you're interested in them, check them out. I highly recommend all of them. The miniseries is they're worth watching. Don't go in expecting anything fantastic. Beast is probably the better one. Creature is a little bit strange. You have Craig T. Nelson and Kim Cattrall in it. Your mileage may vary. But yeah, they're okay. I mean, don't go out, don't spend stupid money trying to obtain a copy or anything like that. But if you happen to see it, it's worth like, the 2.5 hours or whatever it is to watch. I'd recommend it. And the books I'd certainly recommend. Even if Benchley did have kind of... It was kind of like Jaws, but you just kept swapping in different things for the shark. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there because I've blithered on far longer than I intended to. Because I do have, like, this weakness for sea creatures and stuff like that. It terrifies me, so it also kind of fascinates me. So I'm quite willing to blither on about it for ages. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Catch you next week.